Hello and thank you for returning to another reaction video. I'm your host, GhostsLoveTacos. Today I'm reacting to another song by Samson. I've heard two of his songs previously and I have not been disappointed. This one's going to be The Sixth Sense. So let's just hop right into it.
Fellow Americans, good morning. Certain dates echo throughout history.
The January 6th insurrection.
January 6th attack on the United States Capitol.
The January 6th Capitol insurrection.
January 6th.
January 6th.
January the 6th.
January 6th.
Including dates.
Okay, I know he hasn't started singing or rapping yet, but I gotta be honest, like the January 6th thing, nobody can possibly believe that's real. Like you can't. There's a lot of stuff that went on with that that showed that there was a lot of corruption. One thing being that the police officers were involved with opening the front doors and leading people in. They actually even had Trumpers who were leading people through the corridors. How they knew the way? Makes you wonder, right? Just a whole bunch of nonsense to that whole thing. To my understanding, also, somebody had mentioned to me that it was also, I think, Nancy Pelosi's job to protect that building. And obviously, it wasn't protected at all. She didn't call in for reinforcements or anything. It completely makes you question the whole thing. Obviously, it was all set up, and it's all still a sham. They're still talking about January 6th like it was this horrible day throughout history, and it wasn't. It's just a joke at this point. But I'm getting in my feelings, and I'm a little frustrated about the whole situation. I mean, I still see constant stuff on it, and it's just ridiculous. But yeah, back into it, guys.
That instantly remind all who have lived through them
I can't take her
where
seriously.
they were and what they were doing when our democracy came under assault.
These clear acts of sedition and violence and terrorism.
A violent terrorist attack on the Capitol.
Such an attack on our democracy.
Violent attack to overthrow an election.
The worst attacks in American history.
Can I also mention, it keeps showing all these news networks, all these different news networks, all these different people talking on the exact same subject. There's actually a YouTuber, I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but he posted like 100 different news networks, and they all said the exact same thing, word for word, line for line. And that just proves to you, that they're all being fed to say the exact same thing. And it's like they're conditioning you to believe what they want you to believe. If you hear on this news network and every single other news network, it must be true. But, you know, from my personal perspective and my personal opinion, I don't believe any of them. I don't believe CNN, CBS, Fox News. I don't believe any of them. They all have really bad track records. They're all constantly lying. Like, they just can't be trusted. I mean, journalism and the news just aren't what they used to be. Period. You want your honest news? Google it. Google a bunch of different sources that are not mainstream media and they are not benefiting from somebody's pocket. You will find the correct news. Find a YouTube video of the actual event, of an actual thing taking place, so you can see it with your own eyes and you make your own opinion. If your opinion is different from everything you're seeing on the news, then you're probably being lied to. Back into it.
Can't have it my way, I'll burn the whole country down.
Dates that occupy not only a place on our calendars, but a place.
I keep catching myself looking away from the screen naturally because, you know, I just can't stand her. She's one of the worst things that's happened to this country. I couldn't care less about her gender. I couldn't care less about her skin color. It makes no difference to me, you know. Everyone's a human. What does make a difference to me is her turning her eye to our border. And she's constantly not in the media's attention because she's not doing anything. She's reading the same scripts. She's not doing anything. My personal opinion is eventually they're going to, when they're ready, make it so Biden can no longer presume his presidency, and she's going to be elected. There's actually a previous video by a president who a student asked him if there will ever be a female president, and he literally said, whether it's a Democratic Party or Republican Party, what I believe is that they're going to place the first female as a vice president, and they're going to make the president unfit for office. And that is how we will see our first lady first lady president. And I mean, the fact that videos like this out there exist is a little scary. Very accurate too. But yeah, back in.
In our collective memory. December 7th, 1941. September 11th, 2001. And January 6th, 2020.
Oh my God. Did she really just compare 9/11 with January 6th? Like, how? I can't even keep a straight face, guys. Like, I'm so frustrated right now. Like, I'm preventing myself from cursing, cussing, whatever, because I have so much rage inside me right now.
Newsflash, nobody gives a fuck about it. We all admit that shit was pretty dumb, but that's about it. When we saw the news, we were shocked and we were kind of tense. Like, damn, then we forgot about it by the 10th. Nobody's walking around stressing over Jan 6. It happened and that was it. We haven't gave a damn since. It's all good when riots are kept in the hood, but now you're freaking out because this was in the neck of your woods. Now it's a big deal. Now it gets real. Now it's important to us. Not back then in 2020 when stores were...
Alright, let me just shake it off, guys. I got all this rage inside me right now. Just need to shake it off, okay? Gotta enjoy Samson for what he is. A great lyricist, a great rapper, and he has a beautiful flow. And I don't want to sacrifice any of that because I'm mad. Jump it back a few seconds and we'll get back into it.
A big deal. Now it gets real. Now it's important to us. Not back then in 2020 when stores were boarded up. Not back then when goods were looted and folks were brutalized. Not then, but right now, because it happened to the suit and ties.
Isn't that a fact, you know? Do you guys remember all the rioting? Do you guys remember stores being burned to the ground? Whole towns being burnt to the ground. Nobody cares. Leave them alone. Let them protest peacefully. They're not affecting anybody, or at least anybody we care about, right? We don't care if they own stores. They must be really wealthy, you know, privileged. They came to their neck of the woods, right, with their fake insurgency. Now all of a sudden the politicians care. They don't care about your neighborhood or my neighborhood. But you know what, since it's on their doorstep and they invited it, now they care.
That shit's way above my head. We were fucking shit up all year with demonstrations that left dozens dead. But people like Nancy didn't flinch. In fact, they loved it then. People will do what they do. Bitch, ain't that what you said? Yep. There's literally compilation videos of you and all your colleagues inciting this kind of crap. So it's very fascinating to watch you swallow your words. You put your own foot in your mouth and now you're forced to dial it back. It's fine when you encourage it in my town, in his town, in her town, when the whole fuck...
Exactly what I was just saying. They encouraged it. And now all of a sudden they care. Interesting.
In cities being burnt down, you smile as you give the green light for mobs to rob shit, but as soon as it comes close to you, then it's a problem. Got it. I don't condone what happened on that day, especially the officers that were assaulted. I would never dare. But as for all the politicians that were there, you fuck us over all the time, so don't expect us to care. I care more about the store owner that's getting beat down in front of his shop just for trying to protect his place of business. He would probably help me if he saw me on the ground dying. Y'all wouldn't do a damn thing. Shit, you'd probably say good riddance. You'd walk right over me like I was a crack and you were trying to save your mother's back like...
No, you know what happened? If you got beat down in the streets and they saw that you needed help, you know what would happen? Instead of helping you, this is what they would say. Another Trump supporter gone. Ha ha!
A 5-year-old kid. If you did acknowledge me, you probably nudge my body and go, aw, little fucker must have died of COVID. You know it's true. Stop bluffing. They do absolutely nothing that is trusting. Kamala, for you to compare this to Pearl Harbor and 9/11 is disrespectful and fucking disgusting. That's the most self-centered thing that I've ever seen. Compared to those events, it's not even worth remembering. No one that I know is even still paying attention to it. We don't...
And that's another thing, guys. I mentioned it previously, but how is that right to compare 9/11, Pearl Harbor, you know, where a lot of people died, to January 6th? You know, January 6th was welcomed. It was allowed to happen. The front doors were opened up. Did the people at Pearl Harbor ask to be bombed and killed in their submarines or in their ships? Did the innocent people on 9/11 who were going to work, who were doing their jobs, eating breakfast at work, lunch, whatever, did they ask to be killed? I don't think they did.
Forget this shit in like a month if nobody mentioned it. Yep. And you know it too. You're gonna milk this thing and squeeze it till it's bone dry and it won't drip any juice. While your stupid committee's wasting money convicting people from a year ago while CNN runs continuous loops. We would rather hear you address a million other issues. We don't wanna listen to you cry. Get a fucking tissue. So many things could be dealt with in a jiff, but you would rather sit in front of us and smell your own shit.
Facts.
I refuse to show concern for a group of people that I have no respect for. I won't go there. I'm not happy about it, I'm not mad about it either. I'm just neutral on the issue, I just don't care. Yeah, I'm back.
Alright guys, so that was Samson, the Sixth Sense. I gotta be honest, obviously Samson, it was a good song. I mean, that's what we can say about that, you know. He's a talented lyricist. He always comes at you with the facts. You know, he says what a lot of people are thinking, especially me. He included those first videos, though, before the song, and they got me in my feelings big time, especially that 9/11 comment. I just couldn't believe it, and honestly, I was filled with rage through the first, 30 seconds of him rapping. That's why I had to jump it back a few seconds and try to shake it off, because just hearing something, such idiocy, just baffled my mind. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys for recommending Samson. Like I said, I actually really enjoy him, so keep up the songs. Thank you again. If you guys have any other recommendations, please put them below. As you can see, I do listen to them. This is a recommendation. So you comment below and I will listen. Please feel free to like my videos. I definitely appreciate that too. Like I said, I tend to get a lot of dislikes, especially on political videos. Just simply talking about the subject because it angers people, which is ridiculous. But with that being said, please feel free to like and subscribe, guys. I just hit over 120 subscribers, so thank you all kindly. That means a lot. I've never thought I'd reach 120 subscribers, yet alone 10. But until next time, guys, have a beautiful night.